As Apple stock has closed lower the past 2 days, and some are speculating that Apple's COO, Chief Operating Officer Tim Cook, could leave the company even to take the top job at Hewlett-Packard. Our next guest, though, says Cook and Apple will stay together. Brian Marshall is with us now. He is an analyst at Gleacher. He is a Bloomberg best for his accuracy on both Apple and HP. He's joining us now on the phone from San Francisco. Brian, thanks so much for joining us. So you ran into Tim Cook yesterday. Is he looking for a new job?
I don't think so, Deirdre. I mean, when I talked to Tim yesterday, he said, look, that rumor is ridiculous. I love Apple. It's in my blood. I'm not going anywhere. So, I mean, clearly HP would love to have Tim Cook, but I think Tim is the next heir apparent at Apple, and he's not going to be moving.
Brian, that was my next question. I mean, is it understood that when Steve Jobs is ready to slow down or step down, that Tim Cook takes over? I mean, what if Steve Jobs, though, never leaves?
Well, I think that situation probably will not happen. I think at some point, clearly, Steve will look to hand more of the responsibilities on a day-to-day basis over to somebody else. And this has happened twice in the past on an interim basis, and both times he has chosen Tim Cook. And Tim did just a great job in both occasions. And I think third time will be a charm and will be permanent.
Okay, so it seems like Steve Jobs, when he's been on leave because of his health issues or other issues, has been able to lean on Cook. But I mean, taking it from the other point of view, I mean, it would cost Hewlett-Packard too much money, too much stock to get Tim Cook anyway. Yeah,
that's right. I mean, Tim is the #2 guy at the largest tech company on the planet, and soon to be probably the largest market cap company on the planet. So, clearly it would cost, I think it would be prohibitive almost.
And I guess Apple, you can make the argument, is a little bit easier to run right now than HP.
Yeah, the operations, Tim has really smoothed out the operations at Apple over many years, and clearly there would be a lot of heavy lifting and a pretty great challenge in trying to optimize HP's business model right now.
Now, Brian, you were also at the HP Investor Day in Palo Alto. Did you see anything that caught your eye?
Well, I think my biggest takeaway, well, first off, it was a great event. I'm raising my numbers and my price target this morning, but I think the biggest takeaway, other than them raising their guidance, is I think from the actions of the senior executives yesterday, I think we saw a standout leader, and that's in Todd Bradley, who runs their computing group. And so I actually think there's a very good chance that he's the next CEO of Hewlett-Packard.
And when do you think, let's just say you're right, Brian, and they go with that choice, I'm going to guess timing is of the essence. They probably want to name that person as soon as possible.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, if you look at HP, obviously it's the largest market, or the largest revenues on an annual basis out of any tech company at almost $130 billion. So they've got hundreds of thousands of employees, so that clearly this decision is not going to be made lightly by the board. Having said that, they do want to move forward pretty quickly, and my understanding is we're talking about days or weeks, definitely not months on this decision.
Before we hear that. Okay, Brian, well, that's a good call. We'll keep it in mind when we hear it. Thanks very much, Brian Marshall, joining us there. He is joining us on the phone from California from Gleacher & Company. Brian is a Bloomberg best for his accuracy both on Apple and HP.